Hello everyone to the first ever race of the season for the 1976 F1 GPTX. Here our front row. Here is our second row. Here is our third row right here with all the names on screen. Followed by our fourth row and final row. We only have two of the original racers still here since the first ever race on the first season, Marines and Castle. Marines was reserved but couldn't race through the car failure, so Castle is only the truly last person left after Speed Germ retired after last race. Everybody huge locks up from the brakes. Lots of lockups happening at the moment. On lap number 1, we already have a DNF. It is Fox with the Lotus Jr., which is now Williams after a name revamp. Right now, first place is being held captive by Crazy, but he's followed by Carlos. Carlos goes for the inside and takes the lead on lap number 1, followed by One Crazy and DeFlip in the Sugar Cars. Marines has dropped back a bit, but is slowly climbing after his car failed to start properly, which is a big trend for him actually lately. One Crazy gets lots of speed on the straightaway and passes the Bravum. Carlos goes wide into the sand a bit, losing a bit of time now, fighting for second place at the moment with the flip. One Crazy is gone with his high gear ratio. On lap number 2 now. Lots of lag. The flip versus Castle versus Carlos for second place at the moment. Crazy still ahead. The Bravum defending a whole lot from the Sugar at the moment. The flip on the outside. Nope. Carlos would close the door. Tons of lag. Oh my lord. Carlos is still in the lead. Oh my god, stop freezing up. Carlos still in second. What I meant? There's the rest of the pack. I believe it's just the rest of the pack lagging out. The podium positioners at the moment, or just that one section of track. Now Carlos is trying to hunt down One Crazy at the moment. He gets a good run on him. Oh, DeFlip touches the back wall but doesn't lose a tire. He is very lucky, but it's slow. Having to defend against Castle right now. And I believe that is that is Roman. Roman right now in 5th place. Marines is now battling Infinite for 6th place at the moment. Lap number 4. And oh, Carlos locks up the brakes, goes sideways, and loses his front wing. Infinite has to dodge going into the sand, passing Roman in the process, letting go of the throttle to let Roman catch up to pass. And Infinite is holy corner cutting with that. On the inside, Roman now slowly getting away. You see Marines now. Lots of brake locks up. Carlos is, Carlos is trying to stay ahead at the moment. Infinite will need to serve a stop and go penalty shortly after lots of corner cuts. After the yellow restart, she did serve a penalty on lap number 5, but has now caught up into the high midfield in front of well-known people known as DeFlip and Marines, who's now battling. Oh, Castle saves it, almost hitting the barrier. DeFlip runs wide, but still on the road. Now here comes the slipstreaming. And the lead is still One Crazy, dominating this race. And, started dominating at the end of the season when the battle of Marines and Speedrun was happening. Infinite goes wide. Infinite is trying to pass Carlos right now. It looks like Marines has caught up as well. Has finally passed Max. Huge lockup from the Brabham. Infinite goes around. Here comes Marines hunting down to Flip at the moment. Only on lap number 7. And this battle is intense. Getting real close to that wall. Marines opted out last second to go run wide and lose a bit of time, but does keep the car safe. Carlos gets back around Infinite. And look at that. Huge run on Castle. Castle is in second place at the moment. Now we're coming around to Castle right now, who is, nope. Now we're at Crazy right now, who is actually being beaten by Carlos on that lap number 11. Crazy versus Carlos. Straight line speed versus cornering and acceleration. Who's going to win it? Carlos is now being hunted down. One Crazy has a massive slipstream going. He's on the rear back of the car, passing him on the outside. On the end of the turn, can Carlos keep up? One Crazy running a bit wide. There's Duncan. Slow. He has broke his transmission. Marines in second place. Carlos has a run heading up on the inside. Huge brake lockup from One Crazy. That gave Carlos a good chance to catch up. Them side by side through the turn at the moment. Behind them is Marines, but by 100 or 200 meters. Carlos on the inside. Infinite versus Marines. Carlos versus Crazy. Carlos stays ahead barely, defending like his life depends on it on lap number 12. Crazy still trying to keep ahead of Carlos and Marines at the moment. There goes Max. Having to go through that, will be serving a penalty for that for sure. Both Brabhams in 1 and 2 and 3 right now, trying to defend their position and trying to catch Crazy. Both of them side by side. Nope, Infinite is splitting the gap in between them. All of the lag. Infinite gets top speed on them. From acceleration, one of the Brabhams lock up their brakes. Believe that was Marines that locked up his brakes. Top 5 all within each other fighting, and the whole rest of the pack's not too far away from them, heading into lap number 14. 6 or 7 laps remain. I swear if I see a comment I'm going to delete it. Anyways, heading into the first chicane, there goes the Brabhams, and Infinite passing on the inside. Infinite now in second place, hunting down One Crazy. To Flip passes Marines finally, after Marines is struggling with his transmission at the moment. This gives Castle a good opportunity to finally beat Marines, his longest rival, must I say, by time that he has raced together with him. Nope. Marines is pulling away still. Now catching to Flip again. Carlos fighting Infinite for the position. And there goes Marines. Catching up rapidly, passing to Flip to secure P4. Oh! Was that his rear axle I just see come off? It was! Crazy is DNF'd. He is not making it back to pits. He has lost both his right side tires, as we cannot see. Camera now having to frantically switch to Infinite, who is now taking over the lead from Crazy, followed by both Bravums, and then the last remaining Sugar car driven by DeFlip. That will bring out a safety car, which will bunch up the pack for the last couple of laps remaining when we get back underway. But it's still racing until they reach the safety car. Heading around Parabolica, positions don't really change. After the safety car, it is now lap 19. We have done multiple laps of safety car to clean up the debris. Castle leads the race. For the first time in his career, he is leading a race other than Nürburgring since last season when he had the 6-wheeler AFL, but gets passed up by one of the Bravums. It looks like it's Carlos versus him. Oh, Infinite is definitely getting a time penalty for that. She has cut the course, is now in the lead. Carlos has now recovered the lead from Infinite, followed by Castle, Max, and third and fourth. Followed by, it looks like, Marines fighting DeFlip for P5 at the moment. Marines wins the battle and gets ahead. Carlos pulling away, though, with his top-end speed. But the Golf has the acceleration, the mid-range, catching up real rapidly down the backstretch. It is going to be a last lap battle. Carlos versus Infinite in the rest of the pack. Max is, for his rookie debut, is cooking at the moment. Yes, you heard me right. Cooking. Where is Infinite go? Oh! That was definitely going to be some penalties for them. Maybe grid penalties at the end of the race added on. Castle looks like to be in second now if we count those penalties. No, he is leading. He may win his first race. It's Max and Infinite have grid penalties. No! Ooh, Carlos cuts. He's going to gain a time penalty for that. About half second, but he does gap Castle. DeFlip Marines following Castle behind. Marines passes Castle now. DeFlip does the same. Gus lingering behind them at the moment. If Carlos can build a gap, he is going to win, because Infinite and Max have those grid penalties from cutting massive portions of the course. Max has only got a 1 place. Infinite has a 2 place from that. This may be a Bravum 1-2. It will just depend who will win it. Carlos with the half-second penalty. Marines with none. And winner will be Carlos after that event. Driver of the day will be Max. Here is our results. Here is our driver points with our new point system this season. And here is our team constructors points. Have a nice day.